Okay. So I'm a PhD student from the University of Trento, and I'm going to present this work that was done in collaboration with my colleagues Francesca Fiore, Baez, and the professor Fabio Casati. So the first thing is, what is reminiscence? Reminiscence is the process of remembering about the past. So this is something we all do. Like I can remember by seeing a picture, things that happened before, or when you told me about my friends, I remember, you do it, and also older adults do it. For them it's particularly important because it has some mental benefits. It has cognitive stimulation for them, and it's for that reason often used as therapy. It can also facilitate social functions like conversation, maintenance of intimacy, and reduce boredom for them. So reminiscence also facilitates sharing the memories with other people, and this can help bond people together. But why do we want to bring reminiscence into the nursing home? Well, because moving to a nursing home is a difficult step for older adults and also for their families. It requires a major adjustment, and while being there, it's very important for them to have social support and to be integrated in the new community. And of course, if they cannot do these steps or they cannot do this transition properly, they have the risk of feeling lonely, being bored there, and feeling helpless. And these are well-known problems for the nursing homes. So we try to understand what is the problem with the social interactions in the nursing homes. And for this, we did visits. We visited 4 nursing homes in the northern Italy. And basically, what we did there was observations. We also interviewed members of the staff and some relatives. And we did also a focus group with the stakeholders. So going very quickly through what we have seen, because these were preliminary studies, we have seen like practices that they do in the nursing home. So you have like old pictures from the town, old pictures from newspapers, old pictures from films. They also promote group activities that use multimedia, like presentations, or like they have open spaces where they can read newspapers, they can communicate, they have a coffee together. Other reminiscence related activities are like keeping pictures in their own rooms, and they're having their own tales like published inside of the nursing home, for example. So by these observations and also talking to the stakeholders involved, what we found out is that residents, fortunately, do not make friends inside of the nursing homes. It's really tough to connect with people because you move there and you really don't know them at first, at least. Family members do visit often, so this is a good thing, but mostly it's only one person visiting. It can be mainly the primary caregiver, so usually the children, and the other family members like the grandchildren, younger people, they don't visit very often, even if grandparents would like this more. We also found out that for the staff, it is hard to stimulate the participation and the integration of the people in the nursing home, even if we have seen that they do try like with the common spaces, with the activities, even using multimedia and technology, or having all this reminiscence stimulation, it's still a problem for them to manage this. So we have seen that there is a need for improvement in the social relationships inside of the nursing homes, also in the quality of the relationships, and for the integration of people in the community. And for this, we think that reminiscence can provide this opportunity. So we thought about an instrument that we call collegamenti, which in Italian means connecting minds. So our idea is to stimulate conversations, but and sharing stories from the past, and that this can be used to generate conversation topics. For example, during the visits, it can generate conversations remotely by sharing on social networks, and also can be used, the information collected, to make common points between residents living in the same place. An important point is that the interactions are not driven by the older adults themselves, but there should be a helper that can be a family member or a member of the staff that will guide the older adults through the activities. So what are these activities I mentioned? There are basically 4. One is the first, to digitize the picture and to put these pictures into the system so they are available for everyone. The second one is collecting the story. So when the relative goes there and they start talking about the pictures, they collect tags like where this happen, what it is about, when did it happen, who else is there. This can be shared in social media to reach persons that do not visit often, like young people. And this information can also be used to find common points between the residents living in the nursing homes. So to validate this, we wanted to assess the concept first about the practices that is being done in the nursing home and what challenges could be found to adopt a tool such as this. And we were also interested in determining if there was an interest from the part of the stakeholders and if it was feasible in the nursing home context. For this, what we did was two activities basically. One were interviews that were more open-ended, semi-structured interviews, open-ended about the main activities that I've shown before. And then we did a work table that was more guided into specific aspects of the activities. What we found during these activities, so we aggregated the results. We found that for practices, this is something that is already happening in the nursing home. So this was very positive because it would mean that it will be easy to integrate such a tool in the things that they are doing now. We found that digitizing pictures is something that they already do. So relatives told us that they have already brought pictures to the nursing homes. They have told us that they can do it, scanning at home. And also the staff told us that this is something that they have already done for projects done in the nursing home. These projects include reminiscence. For example, a very common practice is to collect the biography on entry in the nursing home. And also, they collect the story of life to publish it, to keep it, to share with the family. And something they do also is a newspaper from the nursing home, so where they collect the life stories of the people, and then this is printed out and distributed inside and with the family. We also found out that they already share on social media. This is not the older adults, so there were some that did it through the family. But what we mean here is that the nursing homes have like a website or a face on Facebook, where they can let know the people what is happening inside of the nursing home. And the other thing we found that is already in line with what we are proposing is that residents do find out about things, but this now mainly happens by chance. So when they are talking about something, they find out they have common points, and this is really important to create rapport and to generate more trust between them. We also found some challenges for the adoption. So first is the workload of the nursing home staff. They have a lot of things to do, and even if they include animation activities, this is not something that they can do individually with every person. So they mentioned that it's really important to count with the help of the family to support these kind of activities. In principle, we are also trying to share this automatically. So when you have the stories, other people will see, and it will be easier to have a conversation. But they were concerned about the privacy that people maybe wouldn't like, even if they are living together in the same place, to let everyone know about their stuff. So they want to have more controls about the privacy settings. And the last point that is also very important is the cognitive skill of the residents. So if you show them the picture, not everyone is, let's say, in a position to remember or to tell things about the pictures. So it's very important to determine and identify the people that are willing to contribute and the people that are able to do this. So to conclude, we have very positive feedback for the proposition of this tool because it supports the current practices and activities done both by staff and the nursing home visiting relatives. It was agreed that it creates opportunities for collaboration and interaction between people. Collaboration here we mean because the staff will be working with the family members, and this is also good to create a good rapport between them. And that we can use these reminiscence-based activities that already exist to reach more people, including the younger relatives outside through social networks, and bonding with people inside the nursing homes through common life points. Future work for us will be iterating on the prototype we presented and trying to refine the process, including these privacy settings. And what we plan to do now is we have developed the prototype, and we are going to go through the four main activities more in details and trying to test this process with the helpers themselves to get more detailed feedback. Thank you very much.
So I'm curious to know about the social media engagement of this demographic. Are they active? How active are they on social media, and what kind of platforms? Is it Facebook versus WhatsApp?
Right. Good question. So actually, what I meant is that there are some people, older adults, because we say like 65 plus, that do use WhatsApp, for example, and they also use Facebook, but this is really rare. Mainly what happens is that the family do this, so they take pictures that share in WhatsApp groups, for example, so it's a restricted setting because like a family group or something. And activities that are done currently in the nursing home are shared through Facebook, through the nursing home page. For example, if they have a trip, they publish this, or if there's a birthday or a particular activity inside the nursing home, this is shared on Facebook. And what we wanted to highlight is that for some of these things, people do not have a problem of the pictures being shared, right? Because this was a concern at the beginning that since older adults don't have this easiness to grasp the concept of sharing and the social networks, that the fact of taking pictures of them, even private pictures or old pictures, and these are going to be shared with someone, that it might be scary, but we see that they are somehow used to this already. Thank you.